daily light, illumines the night, and brings glad tidings to the shepherds. I bring you good news of great joy that will be for all the people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, who is Christ the Lord. Heaven breaks forth upon earth amid the wonder of the poor and the singing of angels. God has become one of us to make us like Himself. He has come down to us to lift us up and restore us to the embrace of the Father. Brothers, this is our hope. God is Emmanuel, God with us. The infinitely great has made Himself tiny. Divine light has shone amid the darkness of our world. The glory of heaven has appeared on earth. And how? As a little child. If God can visit us, even when our hearts seem like a lonely manger, we can truly say, hope is not dead. Hope is alive, and it embraces our lives forever. Hope does not disappoint. Brothers, with the opening of the Holy Door, we have inaugurated a new Jubilee, and each of us can enter into the mystery of this extraordinary event. Tonight, the door of hope has opened wide to the world. Tonight, God speaks to each of us and says, there is hope also for you. There is hope for each of us. And do not forget, brothers, that God forgives everything. God always forgives. Do not forget this, which is a way of understanding hope in the Lord. To receive this gift, we are called to set out with the marvel of the shepherds in the fields of Bethlehem. The Gospel tells us that having heard the message of the angel, they went with haste. In this same way, with haste, we too are called to recover lost hope, to renew that hope in our hearts, and to sow seeds of hope amid the bleakness of our time and our world. And there is so much desolation at this time. We think of wars, of children being shot at, bombs on schools and hospitals. Do not delay, do not hesitate, but allow yourselves to be drawn along by the good news. With haste then, let us set out to behold the Lord who is born for us, our hearts joyful and attentive, ready to meet Him, and then to bring hope to the way we live our daily lives. And this is our task, to bring hope into the different situations of life. For Christian hope is not a cinematic, happy ending which we passively await, but rather a promise. The Lord's promise to be welcomed here and now in our world of suffering and sighs. It is a summons not to tarry, to be kept back by our old habits, or to wallow in mediocrity or laziness. Hope calls us, as St. Augustine would say, to be upset with things that are wrong and to find the courage to change them. Hope calls us to become pilgrims in search of truth, dreamers who never tire, women, and men open to being challenged by God's dream, which is of a new world where peace and justice reign. Let us learn a lesson from the shepherds. The hope born this night does not tolerate the indifference of the complacent or the lethargy of those content with their own comforts. And so many of us are in danger of becoming too comfortable. Hope does not accept the false prudence of those who refuse to get involved for fear of making mistakes, or of those who think only of themselves. Hope is incompatible with the detachment of those who refuse to speak out against evil and the injustices perpetrated at the expense of the poor. Christian hope, on the other hand, while inviting us to wait patiently for the kingdom to grow and spread, also requires of us, even now, to be bold, responsible, and not only that, but also compassionate in our anticipation of the fulfillment of the Lord's promise. And here, perhaps, it will do us good to ask ourselves about compassion. Do I have compassion? Am I able to suffer with? Let us reflect on this.